Mt Buller Cup as 26 riders head for the base of the mountain, but two top names are missing. Paul Brosnan and David McKenzie, the winner of the Bay Classic Series. What's happened?
To be honest, I don't know. I was sitting down the back thinking we're going to have a 30-kilometre neutral, and all of a sudden look up the road and there's 3 echelons and I'm in the last one. And I mean, they're gone now. I think I'd say Onse and the Festina guys will be on the front now, and they'll just keep it going to make sure no one else gets back on.
So the race was over pretty early today?
Oh yeah, definitely. They just eliminated anyone that might have been a possibility in the finish. And yeah, it's all to them now.
And that was an incredibly fast start, mate.
Yeah, it was just, I think they just went out of the holes. No one expected it to be so windy, especially not our team. And yeah, I was in the front group and I felt okay, but I think the legs hadn't hit the wind yet. And when they did, yeah, it just split into bits. It was just chaos out in the group. And yeah, there's probably only 10 or 15 in the front group, and there's probably only 30 left in the race, if that. We were trying again for 10 kilometres to try and get back, but yeah, it's too hard, so race is over.
And there'll be a lot more casualties, I think, now as they come onto the climb itself. Neil Stevens is dropping down and looking for his team car. He's got a flat back tyre.
Yeah, he's signalling back for his team to come up because he doesn't want to stop right now, because he could be waiting a minute or so if he just stands beside the road waiting for his car. So hopefully his car's got the message and will be moving to the back of the field. Actually, look who that is. It's Lars Mikkelsen who's changing his wheel. Not exactly on the same team, Phil.
No, and really it's not allowed either, but they are European friends when they go back into Europe. And Mikkelsen, I think, hasn't wanted to face up to this climb, so he said to Stephen, you can have my wheel if you want. Now, the thing is that last year, Phil, Neil Stevens dominated all of the summer cycling races, but this year he's lacked all the sparkle.
Yeah, that's right. He was dominant in the criterium courses and the mountains here. He smoked everybody on this climb, and he hasn't shown us the same form now. He's just come back from Europe. He had a virus at the start of the Bay Series last week, and it's going to be difficult for him to get back up right now. His teammate Jonkers is actually a favourite for this race, but I don't know if he can do very much right now.
Well, they started the climb at a very fast tempo. It's the Germans who are driving the race now, and we're wondering if they might hold the key here to success, because they've ridden over 1,000 kilometres in the build-up to this race during Phil Anderson's training camp. We know they've got the form. Jörg Prafrath looking over his shoulder and seeing just if he's hurting anybody. Jason Phillips on his wheel. The man in yellow down the line there, that's Patrick Jonker. Grisha Nierman is in there as well. Now, it looks to me as we go further back that here we have Neil Stevens, and I don't think he's going to get back up to them.
No, I think his race is over. You can see he's struggling here, and he's definitely not going the same pace as the boys in the front.
Now, Glenn Mitchell, he's gone to the front for New Zealand just to turn the screw a little bit tighter. Hodge has gone on to his wheel. Very close attention being paid by the favourite of Dave Saunders of the VIS, Pat Jonker. He's up into 3rd place. We've got 5 or 6 men coming up here. Down the line there in the yellow jersey, that's Matt Tuck. He's done a great ride, Phil, because he's actually got back to this leading group.
Yes, he punctured around the same time that Neil Stevens did, and he's done very well. He's overtaken all the stragglers, and he's pulling right up to the front.
But the Kiwis are now riding another great race here. They had a wonderful Bay Classic Series, and now they're going to try and repeat it on the mountains. Glenn Mitchell forcing the base. Hodge reacts. Jonker. We've got Grisha Nierman and Peter Pape. They are the 5 leaders now, and we've still around about 10 kilometres to go to the top.
Hodge riding very impressively, because traditionally he's not a great climber, but he's really going deep here, and he's really following everybody that's going. And as you can see, following Hodge the whole way, Patrick Jonker actually is in front of him right now.
Yeah, he's moved up a notch here, and Jonker, I think, wants this one. We saw him winning the Bay Classic Series at Lawn down on the Great Ocean Road. Well, that was a very hilly circuit for a short circuit race, but this, as you well know, is a real mountain.
All of Australia's internationals coming back to Australia, of course, for Olympic selection. Next week's Tour of Tasmania is going to be something which is it's going to be very tough for these boys, because they've travelled back here, and they all want that place on the Atlanta team.
Now, on the climb itself, these are the riders now who are slowly cutting through. Riders who are pedalling to the top and not in the race, and they're being passed by these boys who have all the class required. This is Matthew Tuck, number 62, along with Peter Pape on the right, actually climbing very, very well. He's contained his energy, he hasn't made a quick rush at the leaders, and Matt is climbing this mountain very smoothly indeed. Pape was up with the leaders, so Tuck has caught Pape now and must be climbing up to a high finish, if, of course, he can keep the rhythm. This is the leading group, and Jonker is setting the pace, followed by Hodge, followed by Glenn Mitchell, and behind Mitchell we've got Grisha Neerman. 4 very strong men, 9 kilometres from the summit, and we'll take a break.
Tonight on TV.